channel. Today I'm doing a video all about getting ready for Gem and Jam. I actually don't even know what I'm gonna title this video or how to explain it. Pretty much there's no information about Gem and Jam online besides on the website. You know that all the good info comes from the attendees after. It's hard to tell what a festival's really gonna be like from the website. All the good information comes from Reddit, Facebook groups, all that. I did my best to compile a list of everything that I found useful from what I found online to help prepare if this is your first Gem and Jam. If you've been to Gem and Jam before, please comment down below something that you wish you knew for your first Gem and Jam, or any general tips for Gem and Jam first timers, because we're out here struggling. I've seen quite a few comments saying this is my first Gem and Jam, I don't know what to expect. Not a lot of replies, so let's see how this goes. So this is a relatively small festival. From what I read online, there's about 4,000 people per day. I have absolutely no evidence that that is true, but that is something that I read on Reddit or something. I'm personally very excited for a nice intimate festival. I don't think I've ever been to one that's this size. I've been to one way smaller, a couple hundred people. I've been to a ton that are 40,000 to 100,000. So this is at the Pima County Fairgrounds. This is just outside of the city. From what I heard, the landscape is flat. It's just a typical desert climate. So you can't really count on there being trees for you to hang up your hammock, but if you have a couch pouch or one of those hammock stands, those metal things where you can put the hammock anywhere, that's a way for you to be able to rest and chill out at the show. Like I said, we're going to be in the desert, so it is going to be warm during the day. Right now it looks like it's going to be between 60 to 75 during the day, and it gets down to 30s at night. Let's look at the weather right now actually. So for the next 10 days, the highest high is 71 and the lowest high is 58. The lows range from 34 to 45. So if you are choosing to camp, please be sure that you are prepared for the weather. I think I'm camping. Me and my friends still honestly haven't set anything in stone yet because we don't know what to do about the weather. We're a little bit nervous, but we like to camp because you just feel like you get the full experience when you're camping. I don't want to feel like I'm just showing up and leaving. I want to feel like I'm there the whole time and I'm at the festival. But if you don't want to be camping, you don't want to worry about the weather and stuff, it is just outside of Tucson. I think it's 20 minutes from the airport, so I'm assuming it's around the same amount of time to drive from downtown Tucson area. So if you want to get an Airbnb or a hotel, it is just an Uber ride away. You will also get to obviously take advantage of downtown Tucson, obviously a big college town, so there's going to be a ton of restaurants and bars and stuff to go to during the day. And then obviously you can go to the gem show. The whole reason that this festival even exists is that there's a 3-week, I believe, gem show in Tucson during the month of January. If you're into the crystals and all of that, you can go to the events for the actual gem show. Anyways, back to camping. If you decide to camp, like I said, be very wary of the weather. There are a couple different camping options. So I know a ton of people are confused about the camping situation, as was I, and I still honestly kind of am. I'll definitely be making videos all about Gem and Jam and my experience and what you can really expect from a festival goer's point of view once I am back from the event. But for now, what I can read online, your ticket comes with the ability to camp at no extra cost. This just means that you do walk up camping, so you drive into the festival. You could also Uber if that's an option, and then you don't have to pay to park your car. But if you do bring your car, you have to pay $20 to park it for the whole weekend, which is just absolutely nothing. So pretty much just that's pretty much irrelevant to me. 20 bucks, whatever, split it with a few friends, it's a couple dollars each. So you park in a parking lot. You have to walk all your camping stuff over to the walk-in camping ground. I heard it's a 5 to 10 minute walk. Nonetheless, bring something that you can roll your camp stuff in, or just have some sort of plan of how you're going to be able to walk that stuff over. Again, it's not that far of a walk though. And I heard that the walk-in camping section is right next to the entrance to the festival, like a couple hundred feet. It is right there. So that is amazing. I love that it's in such close proximity. The camping for the walk-in camping has also been on the grass in the past. That definitely helps make it a little bit more cushiony if you're not going to bring in an air mattress and stuff. But again, I've heard that it's very cold, like there's going to be frost on your tent when you wake up, so bring tons of blankets, a heavy duty sleeping bag, like be prepared for winter style camping. The camping spot is 10 by 15, so that kind of sounds like it would be enough for an easy up and your tent. For car camping, this is where you have to shell out some money. So the car camping pass is double the size. It is a 10 by 30 spot. It wasn't painfully obvious. This just means that you don't have to park in the parking lot and walk your stuff over to your campsite. You get to park your car right at your campsite. This is beneficial to lock your stuff away so you can use the heat at night, or you could set up your site in a way where your car blocks the wind from your tent. So the car camping spots sound like they're a little bit farther away than the walk-in camping spots. I read that it's a very small camping ground in general, so I don't really think you have to worry about walking at all or just being farther away from the entrance, because it sounds like just such a confined space. But I did read in the past that the car camping is on more of like a desert landscape where it would be like rock or sand kind of. The car camping pass is like $150, so depending on how many friends you have, you could get this down to like $30–40. Going off of the cold, like I said, it can be really windy, which makes it even colder, but I also read that in the past people have had a hard time with their camp stuff staying in the ground. So I would be prepared with like stakes and stuff to keep your easy up and tent from blowing away. But I'm not 100% sure of like how sandy it's gonna be for that like car camping area. But when I did a camping situation in the desert before, I'm not a camping expert, but we had stakes, and the stakes were not staying in the ground because it was just like staked into sand because we were in the middle of the desert. So I don't know what that situation is going to be like, but definitely come up with some sort of game plan so your stuff isn't blowing everywhere. I don't know if any of you have ever seen videos of people's tents blowing all over the place, but it's definitely scary. It has to come down at some point. So if you are camping, the campgrounds open up at 9 a.m. on Friday morning, but if you want to arrive earlier and get yourself situated and like chill with your friends on Thursday, everyone in your group would have to buy a $50 early arrival pass, and that way you can show up on Thursday afternoon. Another thing to be prepared for is that the fact that this is not only a music festival, again, I mentioned the Gem Festival, but also at the music festival there are art workshops, and like I think there's things like yoga, and like just kind of goes with the whole theme of like this like pretty much anything you think a hippie would like, there's going to be a workshop about it, I feel. I didn't look too deep into the workshop schedule from the past. They have not released anything about the workshops for this year, but I'm assuming that the daily lineup and complete schedule for music and the art workshops are going to be coming very soon. At this point, we're pretty close to the festival, so keep an eye out for those. Definitely make time to plan to go to some of those things. Again, it's included with your ticket. And I feel like my biggest fail when I go to music festivals is that I only concentrate on the music and not all the other stuff that makes the experience so well-rounded. They've also said online that single day passes are going to be available. I know a lot of you are probably people that are going just for Tipper and waiting for that, so definitely keep an eye out again for the daily schedule, because single day passes will be available. They are continuing to reassure people on like Facebook and stuff that single day passes are coming. So if you have any other questions, the resources that I've been using again are the website. Nothing like the good FAQ section on a festival website. Nobody ever reads those, but so many questions are always answered on the FAQ section. I also went to the Facebook event page, Gem and Jam 2020, and then I go to the discussion tab. That way you can post and hopefully Gem and Jam will answer. Other people that have been before can answer. You can also do the same thing on Reddit, and make sure to type in your question like Gem, the and sign, and then Jam, so other people searching on Reddit can find it, because there is not a Gem and Gem subreddit yet. And then finally, I used the Facebook group. I requested to join the Facebook group Gem and Jammers, and that has also had a decent amount of info. I'm gonna try to get as much information as I can, because this is like the festival I've gone into the most blind, because there's like legit no information. I feel like it's probably because the festival is so small. Again, last year it didn't even happen. I'm so excited to be experiencing a festival of this size and see what the pros are compared to these other massive festivals I've gone to. I feel like it's going to be so much more intimate and meaningful. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helped you guys out. I was debating on whether I even wanted to make this video, because I felt like I'm still so freaking clueless about what's about to happen, so I didn't really feel prepared to help any of you. But at the end of the day, I compiled a decent amount of information, so hopefully I could help out some of you and save yourself some time after I spent hours digging through all these different resources online. If you want to see Gem and Jam vlogs, those are also definitely coming in early February. I'm so excited to be back with some members of my RAVE fam. If you are new here, I upload tons of videos. They're all about festivals, vlogs, tips, and advice, all about like EDM and like funky wook festivals. So if you're interested in getting your daily dose of festival life, please subscribe. I upload all the time. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!